Hello everybody, this is White Wolf, and we are going to start this live off by talking about doing what you love instead of doing the things that you absolutely dread, and not giving into the worries of life and the stress of life and getting muddled in all of the details of how life is supposed to unfold. We are going into the unknown as we're awakening, so we're not always going to know what is happening within our journey, within our lives, and we're not always going to know how it's going to go, and knowing that we can combat the negativity that tries to come against us on our spiritual journey. So knowing that we're able to reverse that, and we're able to reflect more of what we are instead of what we are not. So just always speaking that faith, always speaking that unity, always speaking that positivity, and just staying the course. Also, if you guys would let me know if my internet connection is good. If the internet connection is good, let me know in the comments section. So as you're coming into the feed, please feel free to share out. Also, you can book private sessions for 1 hour for $70. And I just wanted to talk about doing what you love and just knowing that you can jump a lot of timelines with the simple act of prayer, with the simple act of speaking it into existence, with the simple act of just placing yourself there. You can jump another timeline. You can tap into another experience, and knowing that that experience isn't going to be the same experience that you've been experiencing. Knowing that you have to become the prophetic vision. You have to allow the vision to become who you are, but it has to be of something that you love to do, something that you wake up in the morning and you know that is your life. This is your life and this is your calling, and you have to feel called to it and you have to feel drawn to it. So when we keep perpetuating something that we are not, when we get into a stale vibration and we keep continuing a life progression that is not in sync with ourselves, and when we feel like we have to control everything, where we feel like we have to have our hands in it, how about we just let go of everything and allow the divine to handle it, knowing that you can just ask for help, knowing that you can just stop for a quick second, and knowing that everything is made of that cosmic abundance, and knowing that nothing can change the way that you flow to your energy. And just seeing that the distortions, that the illusions that we're supposed to see through, and all the worry and the stress, it's all just turning into alignment. It's trying to get us to give ourselves to that alignment, to that divinity, to that source of creation. And it's just allowing us to do the things that we love. Our hobbies should be realities. Our passions should be our careers. Our happiness should not be based on our success. Our happiness should be based on how happy we can truthfully be, and seeing the good and seeing the gratuity that is here for us, and seeing the magic and the alchemy that is all around us. So do what you love and be led by love. If you don't know how to love yourself, find ways to love yourself. If you don't know how to be of service to others, God's Source Energy will give you the tools and the wisdom to find those things within yourself, because you are the love that you're seeking. So let me know if the feed is good, if the connection is good. Feel free to share out, like, and thank you all for attending this live feed. I wanted to give this short message because I felt a little uneasy today. I felt a little kind of mucky and kind of muddy today. I wasn't feeling as great as I am now. I seem to come alive more at night than I do during the daytime. And because I'm going through a lot of shifts, I'm going through a lot of change, I'm merging the light and the dark aspects of my own self, and understanding that we all go through it and we all should not be ashamed of it. We all should not really feel like we have to understand it all, but we all know that it's just the growing shifts, it's the growing phases, it's the changing of the seasons, and it's the migration that we're migrating back into who we really are. And we're trying to be real with ourselves, we're trying to be honest with ourselves, but we're also trying to face ourselves, and we're trying to heal along the process. And we're just dissolving those false identifications of our ego, and also we're just letting go of those false narratives and those false aspects of ourselves. So do what you love. If you want to make 10 grand a year, say that you make 10 grand a year. signal it within the ethers, put it out there. If you want to write books, know that you can channel that knowledge. It is inside of you. If you want to move something with your mind, it's at your disposal. You just have to practice at it. There's a lot of people who can levitate on this planet. It's all about just practice, repetition, journaling, dreaming, soaking. It's just allowing yourself to soak in and encapsulate that energy. So if you guys are coming onto the feed, welcome, welcome. And we're also going to do a meditation. And I hope that you guys can hear me well and the internet connection is good, because I've had internet connection problems. But I just wanted to really talk about do what you love. Don't do something that you hate. Don't do something that you dread. Don't do something that's just, out of assumption, or just doing something that generates more lack, that generates more negativity. Generate things that bring fun, imaginative, and invents something out of yourself. Reinvent yourself. Allow it to be a new intention. Allow it to be a newfound state of consciousness. So you just have to know that God loves you, that the divine loves you, your higher self loves you, that everything is trying to bring you back into loving yourself. The spiritual journey will have things and reflections, experiences, and people that will reflect back to you that you are infinitely loved and infinitely abundant and infinitely rigged. Everything is rigged in your favor. You are like the NBA. You are like sports. And yes, sometimes sports are rigged, but everything is rigged in your favor to prosper, to be successful, to be loved, to do everything by abundance. But if we keep perpetuating the same cycle, if we keep going within these life progressions, if we keep doing the things that we've done in our past lifetimes, we're never going to move on. But the spiritual journey is all about moving on. It's all about just letting it all go. It's all about just putting it out there, laying it all on the table and rolling the dice and seeing where it really lands, and knowing what really lands for you and what resonates and what's truthful and what really inspires you and makes you want to wake up in the morning and feel that you have a purpose. Everybody on this planet, I don't care who you are, you want a purpose. You want a purposeful purpose. You want something that drives you. So be like the car that drives itself. Knowing that your life can be cruise control, you just have to give yourself to that ease and that grace and that wisdom and that tranquility. So if you guys are coming onto the feed, also know that you can book private sessions with me 1 hour for $70, and for psychic readings, healings, activations, and also YouTube, White Wolf Oracle Bloodline Wisdom, Instagram, White Wolf 4741, and also BitChute, White Wolf Oracle 23_ @ That's a lot to remember. But I'm actually pretty good at remembering things, but it's funny because I'm good at remembering some things like spiritual knowledge, but then I'll leave my shoes somewhere in the house. And a lot of people think that's you being lackadaisical and that's you being like stupid, or that you're just lost track of time. But Einstein would walk in the middle of traffic. Why would he do that? Because his consciousness was so far out there. It was so above everybody that he was thinking of all these things to invent and to create and to try to allow people to understand things about this world. So he would walk in the middle of the street and, not even thinking about what he was doing, because his consciousness, his state of being, his I am presence was somewhere else. He was in another realm in a sense. So that's what a lot of us are like, because we live on this planet and we are starseeds and we're trying to become our higher self, and we're also trying to become a guide. But we're in another realm and we have to balance out that realm with this third dimension realm, right? So this third dimensional realm and in the higher realm that we're trying to immerse ourselves in, and we're trying to resonate from that, but we have to ground it in truth and we have to balance it all out. So we're in a completely different place. You're in a completely different place at all times. So you are omnipresence. So there's never a point during your day that you're not simultaneous. So it's understanding that by doing what you love, it's about speaking the faith, it's about having faith within yourself, having faith that it will work out, and knowing that you have the safety and the security, and knowing that the world is okay and everything is just fine. It will happen when it's supposed to happen. And we don't have to force it to happen, but it's just projecting properly. It's intending properly. It's not intending and only saying somewhat positive things, but it's intending using the most empowering things. And knowing that you're the love that you're seeking at the end of the day. You are the source of creation that is generating the awareness that wants to bless everything inside of its own realm. So you can't speak from a place of lack and have abundance. You can't put yourself down and be pessimistic towards yourself in order to love yourself. And if you don't love yourself, then you're not going to be able to be of service to others. So we're here to love ourselves and to heal and to generate a sense of worthiness. And as we generate that sense of worthiness, we are initiating different states of beings, and also we're activating the sense of non-dual awareness. We're finally becoming independent, and we're not hitting a brick wall, but we're finally becoming free will. Now, a lot of people say that there is no such thing as free will, but let's just say that there is in this video. Because a lot of people, when we're talking about spirituality and all of these other things, they want to say there's no such thing as free will. It's the willingness to be free. It's knowing that the freedom will give you the willpower to choose that, to receive that, and to allow it to reciprocate itself. Free will, like this person said, is love. Free will is love. Love yourself always, and then everything else will start to change. Heal and have a renewed heart. Have that twin heart built within yourself. You're building stability. You're building a foundation every single day. Every day that you wake up in the morning is another shot of redemption, because you're having another simulation. So if you want to look at your life or your reality as a simulation, you can look at it as you've been going through this infinitesimally simulation, right? So you've been going through this an infinite number of times. But now this time you can make it absolute. You can make it the best time. You can make it filled with ecstasy and bliss and awareness and aliveness. You can breathe life within to this space and make it absolute. Because it's like in the Law of One. I don't know if a lot of you have read the Law of One, or if you've read the Dragon book by Diana Cooper, which I recommend you guys do that. And also, as you're coming into the feed, feel free to like, and also feel free to message me about the private sessions for psychic readings, healings, and activations for 1 hour for $70. And the monad, the I am presence, and the one infinite creator are the exact same thing. You are the one infinite source of creation and individuated creation, and the monad and the I am presence allows you to tap into all the archetypes of your energy and the aspects of your energy, and also to access different realms and planes and universes, but also it allows you to connect with the other I am presences, the prophets, that are living out their spiritual journey like you are. So understand that that's what's happening on the spiritual path. So all of these brothers, sisters, / cousins, / daughters, and I've talked about this for years. I've been going live for like 3 years. So you have to see that the monad, the I am presence, and the one infinite creator are the same thing. So it doesn't matter how you word it. It doesn't matter how you go about it. But it has to be your way, and it has to be what you love, and it has to be what makes it more emphatic in the unction and the power and the authority that just allows it to flow and to will it into existence, and also to speak it into existence, so that existence can be there. So just understand, by doing what you love, doing what you want to be, doing what speaks to you, what is truthful, what is authentic in that moment, when it's spontaneous and you make radical changes, you will start to see that everything in your reality will change with you. And also the people and the places and the things, the attachments, will become more non-attached. It will become more non-dual. It will become a part of the awareness of what you want to become. So it's just always protecting that sacred flame that is inside of you. Protect it with your life. Guard your heart at all costs. At the end of the day, if you're doing what you love and you're doing everything that you can within the divine's light, then nothing can come against that. Nothing can change that. Nothing can distort it. And nothing can sway from that power. Be powerful. Step into your full power today. And let go completely so that you can embody that parallel aspect, that parallel timeline, that parallel reality, and that higher self's resonance, so that Kundalini energy can work through you, so that it can be a perfect embodiment of the light and the dark aspects, and of the masculine and the feminine. So when you just get fed up, when you are just fed up with wanting to be your own I am presence, when you are just fed up with not having enough, with not having enough abundance, and you're tired of speaking from a place of lack, and you're just tired of feeling that mucky, that disgusting energy, that stale energy, you'll just say, fuck it, I want to do what I love. And then you will have moments where it will challenge you. Are you going to act on it? Are you going to pursue it? Are you going to give your life to that? So I see that no matter what you do, it will always bring you back to love. It'll always bring you back to following your joy, to following the breadcrumb trail of excitement, to following that path that has been laid before you. If you want to wake up in the morning and feel that the doors of heaven are laid at your feet, then wake up every morning knowing that the doors of heaven are laid at your feet. And that will be how you will live your life, and that will be the only affirmation that you need. Because it's powerful, and just by letting go, by receiving more, by just allowing you to flow. I read the comments because I don't want you guys to think that I don't look at the comments. Because I had a lot of people are like, you never look at the comments. I look at your guys' comments sometimes at the end of the feed and sometimes like during the feed. And I'm always welcoming to all of the comments. And yeah, all the comments are great. And I'm just so glad that you guys wanted to attend, and we're about to do a meditation. And I don't think my guys want me to talk about anything else, but yeah, we're going to do a meditation. And also, don't forget, I will repeat myself because new people are coming into the feed. Private sessions, 1 hour for psychic readings, healings, activations, codes, downloads. And also, loved ones on the other side, if they come into the feed or they come into the appointment, if you will. But we're going to do a meditation. So if you want to be a part of this meditation, just everybody take a deep breath. And allow the meditation to commence. And breathe at your own pace. And allow yourself to relax. Allow yourself to let go. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. Allow yourself to be in sync with who you are. But also allow yourself to not give your power away to negativity, to triggers, to your distorted emotions. But just know that it's okay if you are not in the perfect state of alignment, because that will bring you into the state of perfect alignment. It will bring you back to love. It'll bring you back to that source of creation. It will bring you back to who you really are, because you have to face that distorted self to finally do what you love. You have to collapse those timelines so that other timelines can commence, so that they can be initiated, so that they can be that signal that is sent out into the ethers, so that you can align with that one infinite creator, the monad, the I am presence, that you can align with the Buddha, that you can even align with some of the prophets in the Bible. It does not matter, because it is all one aligned truth. It might be a different truth, but it's all leading to the same path. No matter what philosophy, no matter what you explore, it doesn't matter if you don't resonate with certain dynamics, but pick what resonates with you. Pick what resonates with you. That's what the key is. Finding something that you love, finding something that you're passionate about, finding something that you're really good at, and just sticking with it, and then seeing that that can grow and multiply and turn into 5 things that you are good at. And allow us to do this mantra that I am channeling just now. I am the abundance that I am seeking. I am the love that I am seeking. I live an abundant life. I am trying to love myself even deeper. I am never alone. I am never without. I am always on schedule. Even when I am not in my most vibratory aligned state, I am in my vibratory aligned state. I am because you are, and you are because I am. And just use that mantra as a way that you can speak that faith, that victory, that unity into your everyday life, because it is activating different archetypes. It is activating different realities. It is aligning your hidden realm of the universe and allowing you to balance out the third dimension so that you can be the heart of the universe. So you are that torch that never burns out, that never gets put out, that never gets extinguished. Even though you're in the absence of time, Just know that you're never a minute late and you're never too early, but you're just on time. You're right where you need to be. Just know that you're right where you're placed to be, and knowing that you're right where you need to be. And it's purifying where you're coming from instead of where you're going. It's a very powerful thing to say. I'm purifying where I'm coming from instead of where I'm going. Because where I'm going has already been done. The experience of all experiences inside of one experience has been already experienced. It's just, how are we going to initiate the experience? How are we going to allow ourselves to flow to the experience? And feel comfortable, like you're in a pool and you have one of those floating things, those donut floating things. I don't know what they're specifically called, but they're shaped like a donut. Doesn't matter. And just feel the energy of spinning and how it's very just fun and childlike when you're spinning in one of those things in a pool and you're kind of making that whirlpool. And it's giving you that sense of imagination, but it's also giving you that sense of feeling like, how can I keep spinning while I'm still? How can I keep the flow of energy going and going and going while I am still? While I am flowing to that electromagnetic kinetic source energy. Silence is good because silence allows you to create everything that you want in that meditative state. It allows you to be the unseen. It allows you to align to your prophetic nature, but it also allows you to be the dreamer of your dream always. And that your best life now can be an abundant fantasy. And so it is, and it is complete. That was the meditation. So thank you guys so much for attending this live, attending this meditation. Also, just know, guys, that you can message me on TikTok or on Facebook or anywhere you can find me. Instagram, doesn't matter. You can book a private session for $70 for 1 hour for readings, healings, activations, codes, downloads, a whole plethora of things as well. Also, check me out on YouTube, White Wolf the Oracle of Loveline Wisdom, Instagram, WhiteWolf4741, and also BitChute, White Wolf the Oracle 23_@. So thank you guys so much for attending this live feed. Just remember, do what you love. Always do what you love. Because when you do what you love, you're not perpetuating the cycle anymore. You're not continuing a biased alignment. You're not playing the victim of the societal norms of this reality. So thank you guys so much for attending this live. Book private sessions, 1 hour for $70, and also go to those links that I just described. So thank you, God bless, and namaste.